What's up? You live.
What's up, yo? This is Will West, the best. This is the first episode of my series as far as podcasting, and welcome to Men vs. Truth vs. Women. So basically, the concept of this is I usually got a nice young lady here and a nice young man here, and we gonna get them into a situation where they want to talk about. We're gonna talk about a lot of different topics each week, and every week I got some topics for y'all. So just be on the lookout for what I got going on. So the topic tonight, the first thing I wanted to talk about. So the new thing nowadays is people getting love confused with being in love. So the new thing is like people telling them like I just talked to a friend today and she was talking about, well, she got a lot of love for a person, but she's not in love with him. And this is not a person. This ain't a friend. This is somebody she involved with. So on the other end, I had a friend also say that he a man. He said, when I'm in love, I'm doing anything and everything for that person. So I'm gonna just get y'all perspective of this. So when you in love, is it different than you being in love? Like you loving that person?
Yeah, being in love and in like is two different things.
So my next question, the rebuttal off of that is, what if you like this person, but you in love with this person, but that person don't feel the same way towards you? What you supposed to do then? You can't do nothing about it?
Well, it all depends. Like you said, in love and being in love, they ain't the same, just, they different. You can love somebody and love multiple people also too. So the people get that misconstrued, like you can only love one person. So just because you love this person don't mean you can only love that person. Think of a situation like somebody like people with kids. Mm-hmm. They love all their kids.
They love their kids.
They love them differently.
They love different, right?
But it's love. But love is love. That's the thing. Like love, you can't say and put a different type of perspective on what love is to each individual. Because love is love. Like regardless of how you want to interpret it, is how you give it out, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it goes back to the relationship standpoint. Mm-hmm. It's like, person in love, you gotta let that ride.
So how do you know when you in love though? And it's
a feeling you get.
Talk loud, y'all. Talk loud.
It's a feeling you get when you just been around somebody for a nice amount of time. You start to develop that type of vibe and that energy for a person, and hopefully you want it to be reciprocated. Not all the time it is, but you start to feel a certain type of way. So you want to do more, be around them more, and as time progresses, it's just it's just that feeling you get. It ain't no really way to identify it other than it's just that vibe you get from a person.
Okay. What about you? What lets you know that you in love with that person?
I agree, but only to a certain degree.
And what's that?
Because I can like you a lot and do a lot for you and still not be in love with you.
Okay.
So I get what he's saying and I agree with what he's saying, but there's still a different level. I think.
So in the perspective of a woman, what level is that?
Because I could be cool with you. That's like if you see somebody, I don't know, anyone, a bitch you just dealing with. Uh-huh. She hungry. You gonna feed her. That don't mean you in love with her, but you still doing stuff.
But there's women out here that do that.
They shouldn't though. That's really being in like. When you love someone, even when I don't like you, I still love you. That's what in love is. That's a different thing. If I could be around you and not say anything to you, that's an in love type of thing. It's like it still be a certain level of comfortability there. In love is.
I like that big word.
Thank you. I'm using a thesaurus right now. I have an extensive vernacular, but thank you. I think in love still comes with the dislikes of life. I dislike this about you. Like, I would never let my dude wear this gray sweatsuit. Ever. Bitch, I beat you up. Don't do that. That's wrong. You over different. Don't do that. But if that's his thing, I love you enough to still let that go because I'm in love with you. Now, nigga, I just like, maybe I care, maybe I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, loving someone and in love and being in love is two totally separate entities.
And to that, so I guess it would be the verses anyway. So with that being said, though, I kind of beg to differ. Like she said, made comment about the sweatsuit. So if I was with a woman, you know what I mean, and I like wearing gray sweatsuits. She's not gonna tell me I can't wear gray sweatsuits regardless if she in like or in love regardless. I mean, that's what I like to wear. That's what I like to wear. So if she loves me, she gonna love me for what I am or what I bring to the table to begin with.
Absolutely.
Period. Like so. I don't know. I said, I mean.
But that gray sweatsuit is what pulled her in too.
Yeah.
And I have a question for that.
All
On the
right.
contrary,
All right.
I like dressing half naked. You gonna allow your bitch to be outside half naked?
So yeah, I mean, like I said, if we're in love, so if it's me and you, and a hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you like. So,
I'm going out with my girls and my ex's house.
No, so obviously, right? You know what I mean? That's what I was attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what I was attracted to, and that's what I like. Yeah. However, if that's not the type of guy I am, then the answer's gonna be no, because that's what what I like. So I probably, if me personally, speaking on my end, nah, because I probably wouldn't even allow it to get to that level.
So you wouldn't let her dress like that?
Nah, if she was dressing like that, I probably wouldn't. I mean, maybe wrong, but I wouldn't even probably view her as probably like girlfriend, wifey material. Like, I mean,
she was just
she might have just been a little jump out of the time. She might have been something I met at the club because she was probably dressing like that. That's probably where I met her at. Don't get me wrong, sometimes those relationships can progress to something else. And sometimes that might not even be the image she's trying to portray at the club at that particular time. That might be something she's going through. Because women go through things just like men go through things. So
and I
that
know
could be
I
a
started
phase,
this.
but
I know I started it.
I don't know.
But that's stupid as fuck. It's stupid. It's
nah, because
on like hella levels too.
women ain't just coming out half dressed, just on GP. Especially, I mean, that's her thing. But most of the time that ain't her thing. Like
She trying to catch somebody
attention.
half dressed.
So if she got the attention she need, ain't no reason for her to still keep doing and pursuing that type of attention.
Nope, disagree. 100% too.
I disagree with that.
I disagree.
But it's women out here that really dress like motherfucking slores and whores just for $1 and a look.
So
and
I know a lot of strippers.
Okay.
I know a lot of nurses.
All right.
The nurses are whores. Almost all of them. And the bitches always got on full clothes and flat out whores.
That one of the situation. We talking about. We want to
talk about how they dress.
The clothes make the person.
And I just said
I never said the clothes make the person. I said like a guy is not gonna want his woman to be out dressed like that all the time. Like that was what your
and you said it was still
so I mean,
for attention.
so when you go back to saying like a nurse gonna be dressed up and she a whore, that's all right. So she might be a whore for her man, or she might be a whore for everybody. But however, she's not dressed to part that what you had said. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a guy ain't gonna want that. I ain't gonna say he gonna want a stripper. Guys mess with strippers, but most of the time the guys mess with strippers mess with everybody else too. They ain't wifing the strippers. Some do, but most ain't. So shit, it's different territories for different situations. Like. So a girl that presents herself that way and she continuously presents herself that way, she probably gonna get that dude to pull her in. Not to save her, because that's what it's gonna seem like, a saving situation. I don't know. Nurses, I don't know, I think that was a bad example. Because, I mean, like I said, they fully clothed.
Yeah, they fully clothed. They do this
yeah,
for their
they
job.
whores, but
outside of work is outside of work. It ain't at work.
Yeah.
And they dress usually super conservative.
I mean,
And they're usually the ones that's
whores.
I mean, but
versus
anybody
the people
can be a whore, though.
Versus people who I dress depending on what day you catch me on. One day you might catch me with my ass out. It's a good possibility, and I go home to my dude every day.
Right. It ain't nothing wrong with a one time or some situation like that. But you on an all the time basis, she ain't coming out like that all the time. For respect of herself and respect of her man, like you know what I'm saying, she just ain't gonna be coming like that.
You gonna always have a respect. You gotta always be in with that.
It ain't
man.
like he wearing respect. It ain't like he wearing the.
I hate that y'all do, and I know it's a man thing, and I know it's
educate me. I'm in the middle.
a conditional thing where we think, and I feel like we just totally got off topic, and I did that, and I understand that, but no, my nigga, no, clothes don't mean nothing. The way a woman presents herself, I ain't gonna say don't mean nothing at all, but low key it kind of don't. I think you gotta get to know a person.
Okay, so this actually go into the next debate we got about. So deal breakers. What is that's a big thing now as far as a man and a woman that they have two different levels of deal breaking. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna start with Norris. I'm gonna ask, what's your number one deal breaker?
Girls is wearing. I have dress all the time, all day, every day.
That's your definite deal breaker, right?
I ain't nigga strike a nerve.
No, I ain't straight on nerve. No, I ain't never really no deal breaker. I mean, I done messed with a variety of women throughout my years, and I'm good. season, but you know. I'm just saying. I won't say that's necessarily a deal. I don't know. Deal breakers would more so be character things. Like character things are deal breakers. Like have somebody like you said, you gotta get to know somebody. But the overall presentation of a person, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's like the first impression is what's gonna give you, even allow yourself to try to get to know that person. So based off how y'all might interact that first time, you might not even allow to get that further. Or based how you might see that person the first time, you might be like, nah, I don't even want to try it. So I don't know. Try to allow those type of initial first impressions. Like you gotta try to develop that chemistry with somebody. So my deal breakers is I give everybody a clean slate on my end. It's just how you different things I don't like to, I kind of don't like, but I don't know. It's like
what is it?
I can't think of what I don't like. Just like off the top right now. Like come back to me.
All right.
I'm actually with him. Characteristics. If you're not a free thinker.
What was that word?
Characteristics.
Another big one.
And this is gonna be a little controversial. Y'all can fight real good. If you believe in Jesus, I think that's a deal breaker automatically for me.
If you do?
Yeah.
Damn.
If you say Jesus to me.
Jesus go bother you?
Yeah.
Is this a deal breaker?
This a deal breaker?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, see, I can see different levels to that situation, so I can't say, it won't be a deal breaker for me, but I'm just saying, I can see where some people can come from that, because everybody don't have the same beliefs or share the same type of, whatever, free type of thinking, so to speak, so to each his own.
So, I mean, like, when it comes to that situation, it's been, I've known people that have broken up for religious reasons.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's about, I think, when it comes to, that's where we go back to being in love and shit. So, basically, if you're in love with that person, accept them for what their belief is and what they're going for, then that's really like the end line between the two. If you really want to be there with that person, you willing to accept it. I think that's the biggest thing in regards to that. Go ahead.
I think sometimes we don't have enough truthful conversations up front that, like, I like everything about you. I like how you move and I like all of this stuff, but I haven't really got to know a person in depthly. Makes it hard. So now I'm in love, but bitch, you believe in Jesus. Now I'm stuck. You trying to get me to be with your idealism and not mine. But now I love you. I love everything about you. Now I feel like I'm obligated to.
So would that be a deal breaker that he brought that on later? Talking about Jesus?
I say it so much.
So I'm just asking because you said that's kind of a deal breaker at the beginning. But what if that nigga ain't showing this, and then you find out he a holy rolling, and you involved with it?
If you are teachable, maybe. And
So now you're teaching a man.
No. When I say teachable, that means you willing to listen to how I feel. That's being teachable. You willing to not judge. That's being teachable. So if you willing to do that, then I don't know. Shit. Don't ask me to go to church and I'm weird like that though.
You think that's so? You think because a guy, I don't know, so if a dude told in the beginning he believed in Jesus is done.
Absolutely.
But
See you later.
if he don't tell you in the beginning and y'all rocking and you become this love type of feelings for him and whatnot, then it's a possibility can work if he's teachable, coachable.
Yeah.
But so what are you trying to teach him to coach him to believe at that point in time?
Nah, because you ain't got to believe my religion.
That's what I'm trying to ask. Like, trying to get him to conform to your true belief? Or
hell nah.
Or are you teachable for him to teach you? Or are you already stuck into what you already think? Or
I feel like at this point, honestly, I'm stuck. And I can say that honestly. But I also feel like as long as you're not trying to, come on, baby, we got to go to church or something like that.
Like forcing the
Yeah,
religion.
but as long as you be like, I can respect your beliefs, we cool.
Shit, I know a marriage where there's one guy, he don't go to church, his wife in church every Sunday. So it's possible.
Not go to church, but believe. That's our practice. That's two totally different things.
Okay.
I know one time I had like a Muslim relationship, which they don't necessarily believe technically in Jesus, but they kind of do. They do believe Jesus at least existed, but not like was the Father, Son, and all that one little shit. They never really believed that.
Yeah, the prophet.
Yeah, and all of that. So I think in situations like that maybe possibly could work. Maybe I doubt it, but maybe.
Well, why is that different than I don't get the difference of the two?
I just don't believe in it. I'm out of that whole
So
realm.
what if a person was like a Buddhist? They got a better opportunity.
Maybe because I don't know much about Buddhism. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, as long as you're willing to be cool with, once we down the line, not initially, but down the line, once you being cool with how I feel and don't try to, like, project your shit on me,
Right.
and vice versa, maybe we could talk. Maybe it can work out.
I mean, it's a respect thing in regards of, like you was just saying, like, you gotta respect, if you in this relationship, if you gonna be in a relationship, you gonna end up loving that person or you're not gonna love. But that goes back to being in love or just loving that person as well, though. So it actually just basically saying that if you're in love, if you can accept him and his religion. I ain't trying to make this religious and all that, but I'm just saying that's what it just sounded like. It sounded like you just basically saying that if I'm in love, I can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
If I just got love for you and you telling me this shit, I ain't gonna deal with it. I ain't gonna tolerate it.
I don't feel like I ain't got to. If I'm in love, I might feel
Nah,
like
but that you don't just have love for nobody until like you ain't messing with nobody, but I just got love for him. Nah, you love that person. You can't just have love for him because if you just got half love for him,
That mean you
love
ain't
that person.
Yeah, that's it.
So I mean, if you that's the person you dealing with at the time. Now if y'all fall out at the time, and then you can be like, oh, I still got love for him. That's the whole. That's the got love situation. But if you in a current situation, then you are probably in love. Y'all expressing that love type of word and whatever, however y'all bringing it out to. So that comes with the overall beginner relationship. Like you said, you should be expressive and be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know what y'all dealing with to begin with, whether if it be religion or anything else in between. But at the same time, you're gonna be in love if y'all rocking with each other and y'all saying y'all love each other, because that's what that will be.
So, all right, this gonna be the next question. Are you in love now?
Nah.
Absolutely.
Could you see yourself in love?
I mean, well, yeah, I'm in love with myself.
Such a nigga. You were totally nigga with
I'm in love. I'm not in no relationship, so now I'm in that regard. No, I'm not in love with nobody, like no specific woman, But
do you got love for somebody right now?
Nah.
You ain't got love for somebody right now? Damn.
Still said it 94.
I was reaching.
What you saying 94?
Still said it 94. You know what I'm saying?
What
I
you
was
saying
reaching.
94?
My bad.
22.
My bad. I was
We almost
reaching.
on 30th anniversary. I love
I told you went straight nigga.
IDLTH.
R.I.P. to my boy Cali, man. So I think the biggest thing I really want to realize about this situation is, like, when it comes to the difference in love, what was like the biggest turnoff that made you change your mind when you was in love with a person at a point in time? What was the biggest thing that just was like, oh hell no, I can't do this. I don't know why I did this to myself.
You want me to start my list?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Because I got a few.
Yeah, I was about to say, here we go. I'm waiting on it. Go ahead.
Being a deadbeat. Even, I think a deadbeat, like if you good to like 2 of your kids, but that other one you ain't, you still qualify as a deadbeat to me. I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
You can't be good to my kids, and then this little motherfucker over here you ain't doing shit for. No, that ain't gonna work. You gotta tell this little motherfucker, come on, where's mom at? We got to figure this out. That don't work. So I cut something off of that. And I'm sorry, but this me having a little dick.
Sheesh.
I tried to love
Jesus.
you. I tried.
You tried to love too, huh?
I tried hard. Hard. I tried.
A lot of grinding.
I was looking up shit. Me and Google had a relationship. How do I do this? Google shit.
Should have took him to Dr. Miami.
I tried to do bad.
Dr. Miami would have saved that.
Yeah.
It helped that life.
It was little and emotion wasn't good.
Oh.
I'm sorry, guys.
Was he emotional?
He was everything.
He was emotional, wasn't he? I know he was. Outside your window with the radio.
No, he was an amazing person overall. He was everything I ever wanted in life, right? Whatever characteristic I could think of, he was that. But it shrimp wasn't shrimping.
Hey.
It ain't had no boil to it.
Goodness gracious.
Mm-mm.
Nor you got anything that is like the ultimate that you done dealt with somebody.
Alright, so
You was all
in regards to like, she said something about like deadbeats. So deadbeats ain't cool for the record, but you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Also, it's hard being a guy that's myself with no kids, with women with kids. Cause sometimes, like, first of all, the number one thing they try to say, I don't say they try to say, cause all them different, but most people try to say is like, you can't tell them nothing cause you ain't got kids, right? So it'd be kind of hard being in certain situations with women and the way they, you know, somewhat raise their kids. I mean, you can't like tell nobody nothing, but these certain shit you just know ain't for the right or shouldn't be done, or maybe it's something they can work on and make that a better situation. But your input,
like the mama's calling their son a
in most
bitch ass
cases,
nigga.
null and void. Like they don't really want your input on none of the situation. I ain't say that. That's some fuck shit anyway.
Yeah, like their mama.
But yeah.
Sit your bitch ass there.
Yeah.
I'm done with you for forever.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, certain
might count
situations
two
like
kids
that,
in
like,
Yeah, that's I heard it.
that'd be a good reason, like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you feel
saying? Like, sometimes you just can't keep rock with it, so, I don't know. That's probably one of my, like, deal breakers, like.
So not raising your children right, you a mother.
Yeah, like, that'd be some bullshit. Like I said,
Do you purposely stay away from women with no kids?
Nah, it's almost impossible. I mean, it's impossible, but it's impossible. Like, I'm 35 now, 21. And even by 21, a lot of women at that age got a lot of kids. Like, in my age group, from if you go 5 up, 5 down, they probably got 1 or 2. It's very few that don't have none at all. Like, so it's kind of
last of a dime.
It's like
last of a dime.
But I mean, that even work on the women end. Like, I don't know too many women my age that don't have at least 1, and most of the time they do have. They grown, like
even if they're older.
Yeah, their daughter's grown or their
Yeah.
son's grown. Like,
Sure.
so it ain't too many times come a situation where you and her both ain't got none. Like, but I mean, so I can't say that no deal breaker as far as looking for women without them, because shit, I almost come with it nowadays.
Yeah, it's a package. I ain't gonna look. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
definitely
If
a
you're
package
dealing with
deal.
somebody, it's gonna be a package deal. Big like
That's something you gotta be willing to accept.
and you gotta be willing to accept it.
Yeah, facts. But
That scares me. If I ever had to like go single, that'll like I'll probably stay single till my kids was grown, because that scares me. That's like an actual fear.
It's a lot of people that do that though.
Yeah, that's
It's
an actual fear.
parents. I know parents that did that. Like they waited till their kids got to about 21, 22,
Yeah,
and they be like, "Oh, well, I'm just letting y'all know we
yeah.
ain't together no more," type shit.
Yeah,
So,
that scares me for real.
I mean, I can't apply to that because that two baby mamas the same thing. What can I do about that?
Shout
But
out to Amber.
shout out to her.
shout out to her. She a real one.
But shout out, I appreciate y'all coming in today. I appreciate y'all talking with me, being a part of my beginning. Shout out to Louder Sounds. This is where we at. This is gonna be the shoe spot. Louder, and it's getting louder.
Come check it
So
out.
we out here. That's what, and shout out to my guest, Mr. Nori.
Yes, sir.
My family over there, Toy Story. I'm gonna keep it to the street name. You
Thank
feel
you.
me? So I'm
Add
gonna
me
keep it
to a
that
story
way.
on everything.
And we will be tuning in. We'll be back in about 2 weeks for the next episode in regards of men versus truth versus women. Appreciate y'all.
Happy New Year to y'all. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.